Hey, what's up? Ryan K here, and today I'm going to take you on a little walkthrough of what I believe is one of the greatest places that you should be hanging out if you are a business owner, if you're a business professional, if you're a job seeker wanting to kind of level up your potential to get a job, you name it. I just think you should be a member. So this is Kiln. Kiln is kind of like WeWork. WeWork's probably the one that you've seen the most. Kiln is out here in the Mountain West. So today I'm in St. George, Utah, normally, and we're getting a Kiln. They're opening up, I think, in 3 months. But I flew up here to Boulder, and now I'm in Littleton. So yesterday I was in the Boulder location. Today I'm here at Littleton, Colorado, and this place is just amazing. So you can see that there's like workspaces where people can work. As I walk through here, depending on the type of membership you have, you can see, so workspaces, there's a big giant theater there. There's conference rooms that you can rent out. There's a kitchen over here, spots for your bikes, conference room over there, so much cool stuff. Now, you might stop me and say, wait a second, like I got an office to go to, it's provided by my company. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't find value from being here. You might say, hey, I work from home. I don't need an office. I have a home office. You might find value from being here. If you're a job seeker and you say you don't have a job, you will find value from being here. But the very first spot or thing that you've got to do is understand what the value is you're looking for, so that you actually take advantage of it. Now, clearly, like if you want just a place to work, you can come and work in any of these places. You can sit here and drink some free coffee and eat some snacks. You can also, use a quiet room if you need to make a call. I'll kind of walk through here. You can go hang out in the massage chair. That's kind of cool. We're hanging out right here. I did a webinar today in just this little room. I just reserved it by the hour. I could also pay for the month and have it. I could have a little office, a big office. If I need to make a call, they've got these cool little phone booths. This is like a meeting phone booth. So if you need to have a little meeting with a whiteboard, it's quiet in there. They have bigger meeting ones. I believe right here that they've even got a gym, right? This is a brand new location, so they're still finishing up some stuff. Now, let's talk about why this matters though, because I think that's really the important part. Why, right? Like, I mean, if I wanted to get a couple clients together, if I wanted to get a couple team members together, I could come in, rent this room by the hour. You get a certain number of hours per month as part of your membership. And I just have an at-large membership. What that means is that I spend $250 a month, I think, something like that. I can go into any Kiln. As a member, I can go and hang out. I can go use the workspaces. I can use the little quiet rooms. There are dedicated work rooms. There's phone booths. I can also get a certain number of hours per month of rental time. But if you think this is about having a quiet place to work, you're missing the actual value. So let me tell you what the real value is. Number one, you do have a workspace that you can go to, and there is something about deliberate attention of going to work. There's something about that, both mentally and physically. The idea that I got dressed up for work today, I put on a pair of jeans and a collared shirt, I'm going somewhere to work. The fact that I left the house and came to this place, super important. Let's see if I can get out of the light here. Oh, that's too bright, make my eyes look crazy. And so, that is certainly helpful if you need to kind of compartmentalize. I'm at work, I'm at home, I'm at work, I'm at home. Super valuable from that aspect. So that's number one, that you actually can create deliberate space. But number two is community. I believe that we are tribal animals. That's all there is to it. And community matters. And so working from home, while it does give you quiet space to work, it also can feel very lonely. And getting out, even if you don't talk to the people here, just the fact that you're around people while you're working is super valuable. So community, as far as just being around people, is valuable, but also community meaning that I actually can go to things. I can go to a class that's here. I know that they have everything from like yoga classes to today I was here teaching about ChatGPT at work. And so community is a super important aspect, but the most important aspect is connection. The idea that you can get out and make connection with people. And it's really not that difficult. So let me give you my hack for this. Number one, it's kind of like a mathematical equation, right? So the first part of the mathematical equation is showing up. getting proximity to the people that you might want to meet. The people here are not the same people who are at Starbucks. Starbucks is a mix of kind of people working quietly. These are people who probably are deliberate workers and come to the same place over and over and over again. So if I'm here enough hours, then chances are I'm going to level up my network, my connections. Number two is, do I start conversations and learn about people? I already met somebody. I think I have his, let's see, I have 2 cards in my pocket right here from people that I met while I was here. I probably over the last 2 days have spent maybe 6 hours inside of these 2 kilns. I have generated leads for my business. I've generated connections just in that short period of time. Now, if you want to amplify that up, there's a couple things you gotta do. Number one, if you're not great at starting conversations, interrupting people and engaging, clearly having like this lunchroom area, people who are hanging out here aren't working, and so right now there aren't anybody, but I could probably sit down and strike up a conversation, and that would get kind of the ball rolling. If you aren't good at that, wear a funny shirt, put on a funny sticker. I'll show you. Yesterday I was at Kiln in Boulder, and the lawyer who was there, she's a lawyer that works with SaaS companies, which are software companies. She had a sticker on her laptop that says, "Your favorite SaaS lawyer." And so I asked her, I said, "Hey, do you generate a lot of leads off that?" And she said, "Well, actually I do. That's weird. That wasn't the point." But imagine if that was the intent. And so for me, I believe that I should have a funny t-shirt, a funny sticker on my laptop, a funny saying on my water bottle that identifies me and what I'm all about. So your favorite SaaS lawyer, clearly she's a lawyer. If you're a SaaS company like I am, you go, "Oh, I should talk to you." I struck up a conversation with her. I have her card. There's a good chance I'm going to reach out to her. It cost her $0. Her membership and the cost of a sticker. But that, she didn't have to start the conversation with me. So if you're a little bit more introverted, wearing something funny with a funny saying that represents you, Refer is going to come out with a whole bunch of swag that's like that. And so it's really cool as a conversation starter. Number two is how you run the conversation, right? And so it's really simple. Don't talk about you, talk about them. Ask them, "Hey, what do you do?" That's the cool thing about being somewhere like here. Everybody here is doing, they're working. So this clearly isn't like, "Oh, I don't have a job." Clearly people are here to do something. They work for someone or for themselves. And so coming into a place like this and saying, "Hey, what do you do?" Ask questions, listen intently, ask follow-up questions. "Oh, cool, who do you do it for? Why do you love doing it?" If somebody wanted to get into doing that, if somebody wanted to be like you, what would you suggest? How did you get into that job, right? All of that is great, valuable information. Now, number 3 is they're going to ask you what you do. This is called the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity says, if I do for you, you will most likely do for me. Now, is it perfect? No, this is not a transaction. I am not demanding it or expecting it, but I'm assuming that if I ask you about where you work, if I pay attention, if I listen intently, if I ask follow-up questions that show that I give a crap about it, that you will turn around and in turn reciprocate by saying, "Well, what do you do?" And at that point, I need to have my elevator pitch that goes, "Oh, well, I do X, Y, and Z." And that doesn't mean you have to be an salesperson, and doesn't mean that you have to be a business owner to have an elevator pitch and to be able to tell people what you do. Now, you could say, "Well, I'm unemployed, so I don't do anything." Well, that's bogus. Of course you do stuff, right? I'm an accountant. Even if I'm an unemployed accountant, I do accounting, right? I do corporate accounting. I'm a marketer. Even though I may not be marketing today for a company, I still do marketing. And so when you think about it that way, you should have your elevator pitch for what you do. And it's separate from who you do it for. Even if you have a job, I do marketing. I am a SaaS marketer. I am a product designer. I am an innovator. I am a ChatGPT consultant. Who do you do it for? "Oh, well, I do it for myself. I do it for XYZ company. I currently am looking for a new opportunity," right? What I do, who I do it for. And so that your last part might be the results I get. When I do that for these type of companies, these are the results I get. Now, the final part here is the follow-up, right? What you need to do is connect the dots. So I've now met somebody new. I've asked them what they do. I know about it. They've asked me what I do. They know about me. Now I should connect the dots. That means I should go look them up on LinkedIn. I should shoot them an email. Maybe I have a little electronic bump card. I could exchange contact information with them. I could ask them for their email. I could look them up on LinkedIn. Now I'm going to follow up. I'm gonna hit them up and say, oh my gosh, it was so great to meet you yesterday at Kiln. I'd love to stay in touch. I'd love to add you to my network. Now, if you want extra credit here, take whatever they said and actually follow up with value. Hey, you know what? It was so great to meet you. I heard, when you were talking, you said you did X. You know what? I found this book, I found this blog post. Hey, I know this person that I think you would be interested in. Here's a link to it. Send them value, right? And that connects the dots. Now, why is this so important? Well, if you're a business owner, this is how we get paid. And it takes a lot of that one of the assets of me as a business owner is my network, is the number of people I know times the amount of value I put into those relationships equals times how good I am at actually connecting the dots equals the value I generate as a business owner. As an employee, you might say, yeah, but I'm not a salesperson. Why does this matter? The number one way to get a job is to have a connection. So now that I've done all those steps, the extra credit, now I want to apply for a job and I want to get an interview. Here's what I do. I go look up that person on LinkedIn. I go to their company website. I see what jobs they have open. If they have a job I'm interested in, I actually click on it, go read the job description, decide I'm going to apply. Then I hit them back up and I say, hey, Joe, I noticed that you guys have a job open at your company. Is it okay if I put you down as how I heard about the job? Then do not apply on Indeed. Do not apply on LinkedIn. Go directly to their career site, click apply. Now you're gonna say, oh man, that's gonna take more effort because I can't use my Indeed profile to apply. Yeah, I know. But here's why it's so important. When you're applying for the job, there's gonna be this little question that says, how did you hear about this job? You're going to put employee referral. Then another box is going to be there that says, what's their name? And you're gonna put that person's name in there. That increases your chances of getting an interview by 5 to 10 times. So you could apply to 1,000 jobs really fast using Indeed Apply or using AI, but still have a minor chance of getting an interview. Or you could slow down, you can be methodical. You can apply to a job at a company where you have a connection. You can apply through their ATS system and you can put down that person's name. Yes, you will spend more time. Yes, that would be outrageous if you were going to do it 1,000 times, but I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because I have a very high probability of getting an interview, and now I have a 10% chance, 20% chance of getting that job because they don't interview everybody. That right there is a secret. And so whether you're in sales, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're currently employed, or whether you're actively looking, this right here is the recipe for success. I'm sorry, but it just is. You need to get out and spend time in a community of people. You need to start taking an active part in that community. It doesn't take a lot of time and effort. You need to start making connections and actually knowing those people and them knowing you. You need to actually follow up, right? Actually follow up by adding value by saying, hey, as an afterthought, because I listened to you, here is something of value. Here's a connection. Here's somebody you should know. Here's a book you should read. Here's a video you should watch. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks so much. I love having you in my network. I believe in leading with value, so here's some value. And then finally, don't ask them to get you a job. Don't ask them to get you a job. Don't even ask them to vouch for you. Don't ask anything like that. Go do the legwork, find a job you're interested in at their company, reach back out and simply ask this one very small question. Is it okay if I put you down as how I heard about the job? That's it. Now, once you actually apply, you can follow back up and be like, hey, Joe, just to give you a heads up, I applied, I put your name down. Maybe HR will ask you, maybe they won't. It doesn't matter, right? I just wanted to give you a heads up. What that does is it increases the chances that Joe will say something. It increases the chances that if HR asks him, he will go, oh yeah, that's right. I met that person at Kiln, blah, blah, it's super cool. He does X, Y, and Z. But that right there is a recipe for success. Is it worth $250 a month? Hell yes. It just is. I'm sorry, but this idea that you can get places in life without investing time, money, and attention is just not real. Somebody like me got to where I'm at by investing time, money, and attention. Not by being cheap, not by being free, not by staying at home by myself, not by staying away from people. I need to get around people. I need to engage those people. I need to do it consistently enough. I need to make sure that I'm actually making real connections, that I'm actually adding value to those connections, that I'm following up and showing people that I'm not just a taker, but I'm a giver. And then I need to connect the dots from that connection to my my end goal, whatever that goal is. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you found this valuable. I know it was a bit long of a rant, but I can tell you, if you take away one simple thing from all the content I produce, this is it. This is massive value and a guaranteed way. Will it work every time? No. Will it be much more effective than doing nothing? 100%. Will it work better than just sitting at home on a computer and applying for job after job after job? Yes, it will. More importantly, this is how you build up an asset out of your career and your network, is you actually start engaging in human-to-human connection. So thanks so much for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.